All right, here's Jonnu Smith. He's gonna essentially just stiff this defensive end right here. They're running some type of lead that is gonna be bounced outside. They're gonna bring this man in motion, and he's supposed to, I guess, seal. He ends up doing nothing, but Jonnu Smith extends his hands correctly, gets good leverage, moves his man slightly inside, and for all intents and purposes, seals the edge. We're going to run it. There. Extends his hands. It's good anchor right there. Springs the running back. Well, you take the good with the bad here, and they got him in the backfield, and they're running a toss play, and essentially he's leading this up here. He just has to engage his man. First of all, it's enough to ask of a tight end to find somebody in space and hit him. He does that. He just doesn't engage his man and drive him. We're going to run it so you could see the result of the play. And here's the toss. Of course, it doesn't help that you have Kyle Pitts leading it, right? But Kyle Pitts actually seals his man, and you see Jonnu Smith makes contact, does not drive his man, does not engage him. Now, Jonnu Smith does a really nice job here of finding somebody in the second level. He's just going to try to stave off this man. He's going to extend a hand and then try to come up, get his man at the second level. He actually does engage his man pretty well on this. His man is in on the tackle, but really to no fault of Jonnu Smith. And we're running it. He does something nifty right here. You see, extends his hand, moves up to the second level, gauges his man, gets good anchor right there. Good technique. Now I'm going to show you some strong hands here. This looks like quarters, right? So they have him just essentially running the seam. And the ball gets thrown in not the safest of places. And he does well to come up with it. Takes a pretty good hit. Gets in a celebration. Thrown behind him. Takes a pretty good lick. There's a Falcon version of outside zone. And essentially, they're just hitting a man a one gap over. And Jonnu Smith just has to engage his man. Ideally, he wants to, kick him out so they could run the play off of the tackle. But he doesn't really drive his man. He engages his man, and that's one thing about Jonnu Smith is that he's not a great blocker, but he's a willing blocker. There you see it. This shows up on tape all the time. He extends his hands pretty well. He's just not very good as far as driving a player, or steering him, but he does engage. Again, willing blocker. Extends his hands. Helps facilitate the play. Here they're going to throw him smoke, and he's going to be all alone with Harrison Smith for a first down. I picked this play precisely because it's Harrison Smith. Comes in motion. He's going to come here for smoke, and he's basically one-on-one with Harrison Smith. Gets the first down. It's going to come in motion. Harrison Smith is off, and now he's isolated. And it's one-on-one. Breaks the tackle, leans forward, first down. One thing I will say for him, he is a fabulous help blocker and pass pro. He always seems to figure it out, but this is a little bit different. You got to understand the situation here. This is Daniel Hunter, one of the best pass rushers in football. I think he led the league in sacks. So he recognizes what they're going to leave on the play side, And on the play side, they're essentially just going to leave the tight end all alone. He gets beat on this first step, and Taylor Heineke is in danger. So he's coming across, and he's going to kick out his man as he engages on the double team. A very nice job right here by Jonnu Smith. Comes up, he's beat, cleans it up. Very nice play. Here you're just going to see him break tackles. He gets thrown a short naked screen, 2 broken tackles, makes 7 more yards out of it. Now he will struggle with power. He's going to come in motion. And this play, you essentially just want to ride everybody one gap over to give your running back the opportunity to cut back as you're running essentially what is called a slant run. And he has to drive. He cannot get a guy into his chest and have him be pushed back into the backfield. That's pretty much what happens on this play. We're going to run it at full speed so you could appreciate it in real time. And there you see he tries to kick his man out, and he gets thrown right back into the running back. This shows up all the time. He has Daniel Hunter right over him in this play. They're going to run inside of him, but he extends his hands, has pretty good technique, and is pretty strong against one of the best pass rushers in football. He really does help this play. Again, we're going to run it in full speed so you could see the technique. Good positional blocking right there. Falcons run power here. They're going to run a man across, and they're going to try to run this right in the alley. This is basically one-on-one, which means Jonnu Smith is matched up one-on-one with Harrison Smith again, and they're bringing down the wide receiver to seal this man off. So they're running essentially inside of Jonnu Smith. His block doesn't work. He has to get out here in space. It's about 5 yards difference. If he doesn't hit his man, play goes nowhere. He actually does a pretty nice job here. Although I would like to see him keep his feet moving, keep his hands inside, and keep driving. We're going to run it again in full speed so you could appreciate the block. And there you go. And he's driving him. Once he sees his man get past him, he disengages, avoids a penalty. Very, very good technique. Now this is Brian Flores here, right? So he has that zero look once again. So how are the Falcons going to handle it? Well, they're going to slide their protection one gap over, because you do have free blitzers, and you have the numbers, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 2 on this side of the center. So they're going to slide their protection this way. They're essentially leaving Kyle Pitts on an island, and Jonnu Smith has the alert to help protect the blind side of Taylor Heineke. So what ends up happening? Perfectly executed blocking scheme is what ends up happening. Jonnu Smith ends up cleaning it up, as you can see. Ball gets off. Nice catch, but no touchdown.